We have arrived at a decisive moment. The Cuban people have waited long enough for progress to come. Even many Republicans on Capitol Hill are starting to recognize the urgency of moving forward. It's time for their leaders to either get on board or get out of the way. The Cuba embargo needs to go once and for all. If we go backward, no one will benefit more than the hardliners in Havana. In fact, there may be no stronger argument for engagement than the fact that Cuba's hardliners are so opposed to it. Engagement is not a gift to the Castros. It's a threat to the Castros. An American embassy in Havana isn't a concession, it's a beacon. Lifting the embargo doesn't set back the advance of freedom, it advances freedom where it is most desperately needed. Fundamentally, most of the Republican candidates still view Cuba and Latin America more broadly through an outdated Cold War lens. Instead of opportunities to be seized, they see only threats to be feared. They refuse to learn the lessons of the past or pay attention to what's worked and what hasn't. For them, ideology trumps evidence, and so they remain incapable of moving us forward. As president, I would increase American influence in Cuba rather than reduce it. I would work with Congress to lift the embargo, and I would pursue additional steps. We cannot afford to let out of touch, out of date, partisan ideas and candidates rip away all the progress we've made. We can't go back to cowboy diplomacy and reckless warmongering. We can't go back to a go-it-alone foreign policy that views American boots on the ground as a first choice rather than a last resort. We have paid too high a price in lives, power, and prestige to make those same mistakes again.